So I'm a professor of theology, and one of my tasks is to work with undergraduates and to get them to ask the big questions about existence that many of them are afraid to ask. You know, there really is an intellectual task to evangelization. Evangelization involves person-to-person encounter. It involves, learning to love Christ, to pray, to meet Jesus Christ in the scriptures and in the Eucharist. But it also involves the intellect. It involves really thinking through the tradition, asking those great questions about what does it mean to live a good life drawn from the tradition. And so my task each day is to retrieve from the great sources of our tradition to help young men and women to really think about their lives as Catholics in the world. I love to teach St. Augustine and to have my students really ask, what does it mean to worship God? What does it mean to be a human being who's ordered towards worship? This is the kind of thing that drives my career, it drives my professional life, but it drives my spiritual life too. I'm here at Seek with Focus, representing our Sunday Visitor, where I'm an author. I write books there. And I'm here addressing the topic of relationships and social media here. This event in Indianapolis is a remarkable gathering of college students from throughout the United States and beyond to really focus on the task of evangelization. What does it mean to live as a Catholic in the world today when it's sometimes a difficult thing to do, especially as a young adult? And so one of our topics we're talking about is social media. And I do a lot of work with young adults. As a theology professor, I teach undergraduates. And one of the things that I've quickly discovered is the manner in which social media, in particular, has affected their capacity for relationship, for dating, for love. I teach a big class at Notre Dame on the sacrament of marriage. And one of the things that I've noticed is that my undergraduates are desperately afraid to have an authentic encounter or communion with another person. And so what they end up doing is engaging in sex, engaging in other sort of physical encounters that have nothing to do with love, with friendship, and with that deeper sense of communion. And so how do we move beyond this desire to move from person to person, to treat them as an object, to have a real encounter with another human being, to ask the great questions about what it means to love, to be in relationship, to be in friendship, to have an embodied, incarnate encounter with a person. So that's one of the things I'm here to talk about. How do we move beyond an almost addiction to social media in our relationships to a real encounter?